Hi, thanks for purchasing and taking part in these online yoga sessions that I'm providing. So, just a couple of bits of guidance when you're doing this at home, making sure that the area that you're using to do your yoga in is as tidy as it can be, or if there are any objects like a coffee table or a sofa that can't be moved, or a lampshade above you, just making sure that you're aware of where those objects are and you're adjusting as you need to. Also, as well, make sure that you're feeling okay before doing yoga. So if you're feeling ill at all, or you've got a headache, cold, or whatever it might be, if you're not feeling quite right, then maybe delaying doing your yoga practice until later in the day or another day. Take all of my instructions that I give you as guidance. So if it doesn't feel right, or if there's any pain or discomfort, then only coming into the posture to a point that it's comfortable for you, or you can choose not to come into the posture, or you can choose to take a break as you need to. I will offer options and modifications to some of the postures, but if they don't quite work for you, then feel free to make further adjustments that seem sensible for your own body. So thank you for joining in and enjoy. Hi, everybody. Hope you are well. Thank you for tuning in. So, a shout out to all of the people that I know are booking in onto these classes from my regular sessions. So, thanks for the guys from Reetham, Burston, Peasenhall, Waldringfield, and all of you guys that come here to the Suffolk Yoga in Rendlesham. So, thank you all of your support and continuing to sign up. So, in today's session, we're going to start lying down. So, we'll come to lying down, legs bent, feet flat, arms by your side, and just adjusting slightly to get yourself comfortable. So we're lying down, legs bent, feet flat, arms by your side, palms facing upwards, and then just closing the eyes or having a soft gaze, attention to breathing. Noticing the gentle rise and fall of chest and abdomen. And as you're breathing out, just noticing how the body relaxes, the spine presses into the mat. And then as you inhale, chest expands, maybe that lower spine lifts slightly, and then breathing out and the body relaxes. So we just continue observing the breath, imagining the body feeling a little bit heavier with each breath out. Just taking a moment to quieten the mind, relax the body before we start our yoga session. And then with your next breath in, inhaling and lifting the arms up. So as you're breathing in, the arms come up, pausing with the fingertips pointing towards the ceiling. And then when you're ready to breathe out, allow the arms to slowly come back down by the side. Inhaling as you slowly lift the arms up, breathing out as the arms come down. So we're making sure that your breath initiates your movement, so you're not just lifting the arms up and down. You're waiting for the body to be ready to breathe in, and as you start to inhale, the arms come up, lungs are full by the time the fingertips point towards the ceiling. Pausing there for a moment, and then when you're ready to breathe out, the arms slowly come back down as the breath leaves the body. Inhaling as you come up, and breathing out as the arms come back down. We'll just continue this movement for a couple more rounds, inhaling, coming up, and breathing out, coming back down. And then the next time the arms come down onto the ground, we'll leave them there, so they're just resting down by your side. And we'll reach down with the fingertips, catch backs of the heels. So feet about hip width apart. Allow both legs to come over to the right side. And just allowing them to stop wherever they want to stop. If the feet just need to shuffle, move position slightly, that's fine. Just pausing in this position for a few breaths unless you notice any discomfort, and you can come back to center sooner. Breathing out, you're imagining the body's relaxing a little bit more into this twist position. Then inhaling as you bring the legs to center and breathe out over to the left. Keep the legs on the left for a few breaths. And then inhale to center. Breathe out to the right, and gently from side to side. Inhale, coming up. Breathing out, coming down. Inhaling up. And breathing out, back down. And then pausing next time you're back to center. So we've got the knees pointing towards the ceiling again. And then from here, we're going to roll to one side and press to all fours. So we're going to make our way to hands and knees. And then from here, we're going to make our way into downward dog. So we're coming into this a little bit earlier than what we would do normally in the session. So keep a bit of a bend in the legs if you need to. So gently coming up. So you curl the toes under, lift the knees, press through the hands to press the bum back. Allow the head to hang. So bend in the legs if you need it. So if it's a bit of a struggle in this position, take a bit more of a bend in the legs and then re-press through the hands. And then from here, we're going to transition into a plank position. So you're bringing the shoulders forwards, adjust the position of the hands if you need to, pressing into the heels, slowly back into downward dog. So you're pressing through the hands to press the bum back, allow the head to hang, and again, a bit of a bend in the legs if you need it. And then coming back into plank. So you can pop the knees down onto the mat if you need to in your plank position. If not, you're pressing into the heels, back to downward dog. And then we'll come once more forwards into plank, so shoulders forwards, knees on the mat if you need. Back to downward dog. Walk the hands back to the feet, so forward fold. So bending the legs as much as you need to as you walk the hands back. So you're bending over at the waist, arms, shoulders relaxed. And then when you inhale, we're slowly coming up. So the arms hanging, the head hanging until the spine is upright. Drop the shoulder blades back. Breathing, extending up tall. Breathing out, folding forwards. Pausing at the bottom. Inhaling as you roll back up. And shoulder blades back. And then breathing in, extending up. Breathing out, folding forwards. Pausing at the bottom. And then once more, inhale as you roll back up. So slowly coming up as you breathe in, spine is upright, and then the shoulder blades relax back. Great stuff. So we're standing up tall. We're going to shrug shoulders up towards the ears and then take them forwards, down to the back, up, forwards, and down. So we'll continue that movement. And then back in the opposite direction. And then allow shoulder blades to relax down your back. So in a moment, we're going to bring the arms up above the head, so just making sure that there isn't a lampshade or anything around that might be in the way. And we're going to move the arms up and down with the breath. So we're going to take a breath in and out first. We'll breathe in and then out. And then as you inhale, taking the arms to the side, starting to turn the palms up. Inhale, arms up. So they're coming up to parallel, so the hands aren't touching. And then when you're ready to breathe out, we'll slowly bring the arms back down. Inhale, coming up. Breathing out, back down. And continuing that movement, following your breath. Inhale, turn the palms up. Breathing out as you bring the arms back down, and we'll rotate the arms to turn the palms back in towards the body. Inhale, turning the palms away. Inhale as you take the arms up. Breathe out as you bring the arms back down. Inhale up. Breathe out, back down. Do this movement a couple more rounds. It's a nice slow movement with the breath, so it's not like we're lifting the arms up really quickly and allowing them to just collapse down by our sides. And the next time we take the arms up, we're going to interlace the fingers above the head. I know you can't see that, but we've got the fingers interlaced, reaching up and over to the right side. Back to center, reaching up and over to the left. Back to center, reaching up to the right. To center, reaching up over to the left. And then back to center. Allow the arms come down. Take the feet a bit wider than hip width. We'll take hands to hips and we're going to circle the hips. Going in any direction, we'll come back in the opposite. So if we can, we're moving the pelvis away from that central position. And the reason I emphasize, that might sound obvious, but the reason I emphasize that, and it's some classes, I'll give this instruction and from the waist down, so if you carry on doing that, from the waist down, the legs are staying as they are, but it's just top part of the body that's moving. And I can understand why that happens. We want to move the pelvis forwards to the sides, folding forwards to take it back, round to the front, and then we'll go back in the opposite direction. And then coming back to center. If you can, we're just going to take the feet a little bit wider. And then in a moment, we're going to take a breath in, and then we're going to breathe out, and I'm going to bend my left leg raise the arms up, come back to the central position, then bend right leg, taking the arms up. So if we take a breath in and out first, we'll breathe in and then out. So I'm inhaling, bending the left leg, raising the arms up, breathing out as you come back down, breathing in as we bend the right leg, raise the arms up and down. Inhaling up, so bending the left leg, raise the arms up, breathing out, down, and then to the right. Again, we'll continue that movement for a few rounds, moving with the breath. So inhaling, raising the arms up, breathing out, straightening the leg, arms come down. Do that once more on each side, or the next time you've done it on the right, coming back to the straight legged, or the legs are straight but the feet are still wide. So we're going to vary that movement slightly. So I'm going to demonstrate, I'm going to bend my left leg, right hand to knee, and then raising the right arm up. And as I'm doing that, I'm bringing the arm across the body and I'm reaching away through the fingertips. I can feel this lengthening up the right side of the body. So we'll start in this position. We've got the feet wide. We'll take a breath in and out first. So we're breathing in and out. Inhaling, taking the bend in the left leg, hand to knee, right arm across the body, reach through the fingertip. Breathe out as you come back to center. Breathing in, right hand to right knee as you take the bend in the leg, left arm across the body. Back to center. Inhaling, bending the left leg, hand to knee, raising the right arm, and you reach away through the fingertips, back to center. Inhale, hand to knee, arm across the body, back to center. Do that once more on each side. Inhaling, breathing out. Inhale, and then breathing out. Come back to center. We'll bring feet to hip width again. We'll do a standing back bend. So we're taking hands behind, shoulder blades, elbows towards each other. Breathe in, extend up, gaze to ceiling, breathing out, leaning back. Making sure you're not holding your breath. Inhaling as you come up. Shoulder blades, elbows towards each other. Breathe in, extend up, gaze to ceiling, breathing out, leaning back. And slowly coming back up. Doing that once more. Shoulder blades, elbows towards each other. Breathe in, extend up, gaze to ceiling, breathing out, leaning back. And slowly back up. Arms by your side. So we've still got the feet about hip width apart. From here, we're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, taking the bum back, reaching the arms forward. So I'm trying to keep the knees above the ankles. Inhaling as you come up. Breathing out, taking the bum back, reaching forwards to keep your balance. Inhaling, coming up. Breathing out, coming down. Inhale, coming up. Breathing out, coming down. Inhale, coming up. Breathing out, down. Reaching forwards, taking the bum back, lowering it down as much as you can. Inhale, coming up. We'll do that once more. Breathing out. And inhaling as we come back up. From here, we're going to make our way to hands and knees. Take hands to prayer position. Inhale, take the hands up. And breathing out, folding forwards at the waist, bending the legs as you need to, and then taking hands down to the mat and bringing the knees down to the mat into an all fours position. And from here, we'll come into cat-cow. So we're tipping pelvis back, back arches, head drops, tipping pelvis forward. Belly moves towards the ground as you take the gaze forward. Tipping the pelvis back, back arches, the head drops, tipping pelvis forward, taking the gaze forward, tipping pelvis back and forwards, and continuing that movement. And we can inhale all the way through the movement of tipping the pelvis forward, taking the gaze forward, breathing out all the way through the movement of tipping the pelvis back, the back arches, and the head drops. Pausing next time you're in a flat back position. From here, we're going to come into puppy pose. So we're keeping hips above the knees, walk the hands forwards. So the arms are straight, shoulder width apart and parallel, and the head is either between the arms or slightly proud. Fingers spread, hands gently pressing forwards into the mat. And as you gently press forwards, you might notice that the bum should move a little bit in the other direction, and you're aware of the stretch down the side of the body into the armpit shoulders. From here, take a breath in, breathing out, allowing your chest to drop towards the mat. Inhaling and lifting, so just a slight lift up. Breathing out, allowing the chest to sink down. So it might be a small movement for you. It might be that your forehead reaches the mat. Inhaling and lifting. Breathing out, chest sinks down. And inhaling and lifting, breathing out, the chest sinks down. And then lifting up, walking the hands back towards you. So we return to an all fours position, and we'll take the knees wide, toes towards each other. Allow the bum to move towards the heel, so it's not necessarily touching. And then sliding the hands out in front, arms straight, shoulder width apart and parallel, fingers spread. Hands gently pressing forward into the mat. Inhaling as you lift up, bring the shoulders forwards above the wrists. Breathing out as you come back down. Inhaling, coming up. And breathing out, coming back down. We'll continue that movement. If you notice any discomfort doing this particular posture, you can always reduce the range of movement forwards and back, or maybe shuffle the hands a little bit closer towards you. Pausing next time you're upright or you're in an all fours position, wrists back under shoulders, knees under hips. From here, we'll come back to downward dogs. We curl the toes under, lift the knees, press bum to ceiling, allow head to hang, stepping forwards and folding forward. So you're bending over at the waist, arms, shoulders relaxed. Inhale, coming up, hands to prayer position above the head, breathing out, coming down. Keeping the hands in prayer position, stepping to the top of the mat if you're not quite there already. Taking a breath in and out, we'll breathe in and out. Inhale, taking the hands up. Breathing out, folding forwards at the waist. So we're allowing head to hang, arms, shoulders relaxed. Hands to shins. Inhale as you lift into a flat back position. Breathing out, taking the hands to the mat and stepping back into plank. So you can have knees on the mat in your plank if you prefer. All the way down onto the mat. Extend the toes, gently tuck the elbows in. Inhale, lift into cobra. Breathe out as you come down. Curl the toes under, and we press up and back into downward dog. So you can come to all fours first if you need to, then lifting the knees, pressing the bum to ceiling, and stepping forwards and folding forward. So we're bending over at the waist, arms, shoulders relax. Inhale as you come up, hands to prayer position above the head, breathing out, coming down. Inhale, coming up, breathing out, folding forwards. Hands to shins. Inhale, lift to flat back. Hands to mat and back to plank. All the way down. Extend the toes, elbows in, lift to cobra. Breathing out, coming down, curl the toes under, press up, and then back into downward dog. Step forwards, fold forwards. Inhale, coming up, hands to prayer position, breathing out, coming down. Inhaling up, breathing out forwards. Hands to shins, inhaling as you lift, hands to mat, back to plank. Breathing out down, extend the toes, inhale, lift to cobra, breathing out down. Curl the toes under, press up, and then back into downward dog. Stepping forwards and folding forwards. Inhale, coming up. Hands to prayer position, breathing out, coming down. So we'll do one more round. We'll inhale as we come up. Breathe out as we fold forwards. Hands to shins, inhaling as you lift. Hands to mat, back to plank. All the way down. Extend the toes. Inhale, lifting the chest. Breathing out down. Curl the toes under. Pressing up and back into downward dog. Stepping forwards, folding forwards. Inhale, coming up. Hands to prayer position. Breathing out, coming down. Great stuff. Short step forwards with the left foot. Inhale, arms up in front. The arms are nice and loose. Breathe out to the back. Inhale to the front. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Allow the arms to drop. Right foot forwards, left foot back. Inhaling up. Exhale. Inhale. 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 And allow the arms to drop down. Feet a bit wider than hip width. Slight bend in the legs, and we're gently taking the arms one side to the other. As you swing the arms to the left, right heel lifts. As you go to the right, your left heel lifts. Just allowing the weight of the arms to swing through from one side to the other. Lifting the arms up higher, so the arms across the face, fingertips to the ceiling. Allow the arms to drop. Feet back to hip width, bending the legs. Inhale, coming up. Breathing out, down. Inhaling up. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And allow the arms to drop. Great stuff. So we'll come to before we come to the top, I'll just talk through a variation of side stretch from a warrior two position. So as part of this sequence, in a moment, we'll come into chair pose, we'll stride back to a warrior two, and then I'll ask you to inhale, straightening, in this case, my left leg, raise the arms up. And then we're going to breathe out and come over to the left. So I'm keeping the arms parallel, and as I'm coming over, I'm reaching through the fingertips. So we're lengthening the right side of the body, and you might even feel a bit of stretch on the inside of this thigh. Left thigh will come back. Warrior two, come up, and then to the back. So just a variation of side stretch from a warrior two. So we're at the top of the mat, extending up, shoulders relaxed. Into chair pose, so we bend the legs, raise the arms. Step back with the right foot to warrior two. So we turn the right foot out as we step back, right arm behind, look forwards over the top of the left hand. Take a breath in and out. We'll breathe in and out. Inhale, straightening the left leg, raising the arms up. Breathing out, coming to the left. So you're reaching through both sets of fingertips. Back to center. Back to warrior two. Turning the head to look forwards over the top of the left hand. Inhaling, coming up. Breathing out to the right or to the back of the mat. Reach through the fingertips. Coming back up. And back to warrior two, turning the head forwards. Inhaling up. Breathing out to the left or to the top of that, reach through the fingertips. Back to center, back to warrior two. Inhaling up to the back of the mat, reaching through both sets of fingertips. Coming back upright, back to warrior two, turning the head, looking forwards. We'll do that once more. Inhale up. Breathing out to the left or to the top of the mat. Back to center. Back to warrior two. Inhaling up to the back of the mat or to the right side. And coming back into warrior two. From here, we're going to make our way to downward dog. So the right hand comes round from the back, both hands down, and left foot back to come into downward dog. So if you wanted, you could come into child's pose for a few breaths. For the rest of you, we're going to come into plank and do knee to elbow each side, or you can also do that from an all fours position. So either come to child's pose or coming onto hands and knees or coming forwards into plank, guiding the right knee towards your right elbow, and then back, left knee to the left elbow, and then back, right knee, right elbow, back, left knee, left elbow, and then back. Once more, right knee towards your right elbow, back, left knee, left elbow, and back. And then from here, we'll come all the way down onto our fronts. Take the arms by your side, just turning the head to one side and pausing for a few breaths. So just allowing the body to relax before we get ready to come into our locust pose. So in a moment when we come into locust pose, we'll be inhaling, lifting the arms, lifting the legs. So if we get ready to come into locust, before we do that, we'll take a breath in and out. We'll breathe in and out. Inhaling, lifting chest, arms, lifting the legs, making sure you're not holding your breath. Slowly down. Inhaling and lifting. Reach back through the fingertips. Breathing out, down. Inhaling and lifting. And breathing out, down. Okay, just pause there for a few breaths, turning the head to one side, or bringing yourself just to a comfortable rest position. And in a moment, we'll continue on. Pressing back to an all fours position. From here to downward dog, so curl the toes, lift the knees, press the bum back, allow the head to hang. Step forwards and fold forward. So we're bending over at the waist, arms, shoulders relaxed. Inhale up into chair pose. Bending the legs, raise the arms. Right foot back to warrior one. So we're hips, chest facing forwards. Straightening your left leg, allow left arm to come down. So we've got the right arm in the air. We'll extend up, leading with the chest coming forwards, taking your right hand across to your left leg, left hand and your left hip. And if we can, we're turning the upper body to face a bit more towards the left side. So you're drawing this left shoulder back, an option of taking left fingertips towards the ceiling. Coming back up to warrior one, raising the arms up. And then from here, we're going to keep the feet as they are, but come into, I guess, a variation of triangle pose. So I'm going to straighten the left leg, back of the left hand comes down, turning the chest to the right, right fingertips to ceiling. And then coming back up, So you're taking the bend in the left leg as you come back to warrior one. And then we'll go to the left side. So we're going to straighten the left leg, back of the, so taking the right hand to your left leg, left fingertips to ceiling. And coming back to center, back to warrior one. And then we'll turn to the right. So like a triangle pose to the right. So I'm straightening the left leg, back of the left hand down, right fingertips to ceiling. And then coming back into warrior one. Stepping the right foot forwards, coming to standing. Good stuff. Hope you're doing all right. Carry on if you're ready, or pause, have a drink, stop if you need to. So we'll come, when you're ready, we'll come back to the top of the mat. So we're going to run through that, leading with the left side. So we're feet hip width, we're extending up, shoulders relaxed. Into chair pose, bend the legs, raise the arms. Stride back with the left foot to warrior two. So a nice big step back, turning the left foot out, left arm behind, bending that right leg, looking forwards over the top of the right hand. Taking a breath in and out, we'll breathe in and out. Inhale, straightening the right leg, taking the arms up, fingertips to ceiling. Breathing out, coming to the right or to the top of the mat, reach through the fingertips. Coming back to center, back to warrior two. So as we bring the arms down, we're turning the head forwards, taking the bend back in the right leg. Inhale, straightening the right leg, fingertips to ceiling. Breathing out as you come towards the back of the mat, reaching through the fingertips. Back upright, back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten the right leg, raise the arms up. Breathe out to the right. Reach through the fingertips. Keeping that chest sideways on. Coming back up. Back to warrior two. Next breath in, straightening the right leg, raising the arms out. Breathing out back towards the back of that. So arms parallel, reach through the fingertips. Back to center. Back to warrior two. We're going to go through both of those movements once more. Inhale, straighten the leg, raise the arms. Breathe out to the right, reaching through the fingertips. Keeping that length in the body. Coming back into an upright position. Back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten the right leg, raise the arms. Breathe out towards the back of the mat. Reach through the fingertips. Coming back upright. Back to warrior two. And from here to downward dog. So your left hand round from the back, both hands down onto the mat, right foot back into downward dog. So if you wanted to, you could come into child's pose for a pause, or either coming onto all fours with your knee to elbow, or moving shoulders forwards to come into plank. So choosing which works best for you. So if you're in your plank position or on all fours, right knee towards your right elbow and back. Left knee towards your left elbow and back. Right knee, right elbow and back. Left knee to left elbow and back. Once more on each side. Right knee, right elbow, back. Left knee, left elbow and back. All the way down onto the mat. Arms by your side. So just take a pause here. And in a moment, we'll come into locust pose. So just taking a breather for a moment. And then we'll prepare to come into locust pose. So we take a breath in and out. We'll breathe in and out. Inhaling, lifting chest and arms, lifting the legs. Steady breath. Slowly down. Inhaling and lifting. And then back down. And we'll do that once more. So as you inhale, lifting chest and arms and legs, reaching back through the fingertips. Slowly down, turn the head to the other side this time if you can remember, and just pause there. Steady breath, allow the body to relax. And then we'll gently come back to an all fours position. Back to hands and knees, we'll come back to downward dog, so curl the toes, lift the knees, press the bum back, allow the head to hang, stepping forwards and folding forwards. We'll come up into chair pose, so we keep a bend in the legs, raise the arms, left foot back to warrior one. So a nice big step back, hips, chest facing forward, right knee above the right ankle. So we do that revolved triangle and then the variation of triangle pose. So I'm going to keep my left arm in the air, I'm going to straighten the right leg, right arm comes down. So I'm going to reach up towards the ceiling, taking my left hand across to my right leg and taking my right fingertips towards the ceiling. Or you can keep that right hand on the hip if you prefer. So from here, coming back to warrior one. So as you start to bend that right leg, raising the arms up, hips, chest forwards. And then from here, I'm going to straighten the right leg, being the back of the right hand inside of the right leg, left fingertips to ceiling. So a variation of triangle pose. Coming back to warrior one, bending the leg, raising the arms up. Straightening the right leg, back of the left hand to that outside of the right leg, or left hand onto the right leg as you reach right fingertips to ceiling. Back to warrior one. And then once more, straightening the right leg, back of the right hand comes down to the inside of your right leg, left fingertips to the ceiling. And then back to a warrior one. Stepping left foot forwards, and we'll come to standing. Arms by your side. Great stuff. So in this next sequence, again, if you're a regular, familiar stuff, we'll come into, so quick demonstration, we'll come into chair pose, we'll take hands to prayer position. So the option will be, we're either in twisting to the left with both feet down, or leg onto thigh to the left. And then we'll come into warrior three from there. So we'll come into warrior three with hands in prayer position. And then I'll ask you, if you can, to reach the arms forwards. And then we'll continue on with the sequence from there. But you don't need to have leg on the thigh if it doesn't feel right, if you struggle to balance. Keep the feet on the mat. And is there anything else I need to tell you? No, that should be all. So if we are back at the top of the mat, feet a hip width, extending up tall, come into chair pose, bend the legs, raise the arms, hands to prayer position. So again, either keep both feet on the mat, or if you can, we're going to pop the right leg onto the left thigh, and then we're going to twist to the right. So you're guiding your left elbow across towards your right side. We'll come back to center. And then from here, we'll have a go at coming into warrior three with hands in prayer position. So I'm taking the weight into the left leg, folding forwards, if you can, extending that right leg behind. Reaching the arms forward, so you're reaching forwards through the fingertips. And then take a bend in your left leg, step the right foot back into lunge so that the right heel is off the mat, hips, chest, forwards, hands to prayer position, twist to the left, so right elbow towards your left thigh. So it may or may not reach, hands either stay in prayer position or right arm down the outside of the left leg, left fingertips to ceiling. Hands back to prayer position, round to the front, left hand, left hip, reaching up through the right fingertips and then reaching over the top towards the left side. So we're side stretching the right side of the body, coming back upright, raise the left arm up, stepping that back foot forwards, the right foot forward slightly. So we're into warrior one, so that back foot is flat. Interlace fingers behind the back, draw the hands away, leading with the chest forwards. Allow the head to hang, working hands towards the ceiling, steady breath. Allow the hands to come to the mat, to downward dog. And then from here, we'll come into child's pose for a few breaths. So knees wide, toes towards each other, bum to heels, heads either on the mat or you could be on the forearms with the head hanging. So just taking a pause, take a breath there for a moment. And then we'll come back to an all fours position. And we'll return to downward dog. Curl the toes under, lift the knees, press the bum back, allow the head to hang. And stepping forwards and folding forwards. Inhale coming up, hands to prayer position. Breathe out, coming down, taking the hands up. Great stuff. So we'll run through that again, leading with the left side. So we'll come back to the top of the mat. So with feet hip width, we're extending up tall into chair pose. So bending the legs, raising the arms, hands to prayer position. So again, either both feet can stay flat, or we're gonna, if we can, left leg to right thigh. Twist to the left, so you're guiding your right elbow across towards your left side. Back to center. And then from here, we'll come into warrior three. So I'm taking my weight into my right leg as I fold forwards, pressing into your left heel. Don't worry about if your left foot is touching down on the mat. And if we can, we're going to reach the arms forwards, reach through the fingertips, bend the right leg as you come back into a lunge position. So your left heel is off the mat, hips, chest, facing forwards, hands to prayer position, twisting to the right side, so left elbow across towards your right thigh. Allow your left arm down the outside of the right leg if you can. Reach right fingertips towards the ceiling. So the more you reach up, the more you draw into the twist. Hands back to prayer position. Back around to the front. Right hand, right hip. Left fingertips to ceiling. Reaching up and over the top towards the right side. Coming back to center, raising the arms back up, back to your lunge position. Stepping the left foot forward slightly to get it flat, if it's not flat already. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Draw the hands away. Lead with the chest forwards. Allow the head to hang, and if we can, working hands to ceiling. Steady breath. Allow the hands to come to the mat. We'll come into downward dog. And knees down wide, toes towards each other into child's pose. So again, just take a pause, take a breath. If the hands aren't there already, we'll slide them out in front. So the fingers are spread, hands are gently pressing forwards. Inhaling, coming up, so we're keeping the arms straight, bringing the shoulders forwards. Breathing out. Coming back down. Inhale, coming up. Breathing out, coming back down. And pausing next time you're upright or you're on all fours, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. From here, we'll bring the forearms down onto the mat. So we want the elbows down roughly where your palms were. And we'll twist, we'll lift up the right hand, opening the chest to the right side as you reach up towards the ceiling. Bring the right forearm down and into the left, reaching up. Left forearm down to the right. Bring the right forearm down and into the left, reaching up and then coming back to all fours. Walk the hands back to press yourself up. So from all fours, extending your left leg long, so you're pressing into your left heel. Bring your left knee towards your left elbow. Press your left heel up towards the ceiling. And guide your left foot over to the right side. And then bring your left leg back down to the mat. Extending the right leg long. Right knee towards right elbow. Right heel to the ceiling. Guiding right foot to the left, looking over left shoulder. And right leg back to the mat. So back to all fours, extending your left leg. So gently pressing into your left heel. Slide your left foot over to the right. Look over your right shoulder. Bring your left knee towards your left elbow. Press left heel to ceiling. Guide left foot to the right, looking over the right shoulder. And then bringing the left leg back to the mat. Extending the right leg, so toes on the mat, pressing into right heel, sliding your right foot to the left, looking over your left shoulder, bringing your right knee towards your right elbow, press your right heel to ceiling, guide the right foot to the left, look over left shoulder, and then coming back into an all fours position. From here we'll come to lying down, legs bent, feet flat. Reaching down with the fingertips, so feet are about hip width apart. If you can't quite reach the backs of the heels, don't force it. It's just make sure the feet are closer to the bum, then further down the back. Both legs to the right side. Again, if you're comfortable to keep them here for a few breaths, we'll do that. Or you can always bring them back to center sooner if you need to. Steady breath. Breathing out, feeling the body start to relax, the breath starts to lengthen, become shallower. Inhale as you bring the legs to center. Breathe out to the left, keeping them on the left side for a few breaths. And then inhaling to center and gently from side to side. So you'll breathe out to the right. Inhale up. And then exhale back down again. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Pausing when you're back to center. So we're legs bent, feet flat. We're going to bring the right leg onto the left thigh. And if we can, we're interlacing the fingers behind the left leg or holding onto the thigh. Draw the leg towards you. Hopefully you can do this with the head down on the mat. So we're just gently drawing that left leg in. If your right elbow is near the inside of that right thigh, you might be able to gently press away as you draw the left leg in. So we've got the hands and arms engaged, the rest of the body's relaxed. So as you're breathing out, you might notice the body relaxing, that left leg come a little bit closer in. Steady breath. And then we'll switch, so pop the left foot down, right foot to the mat, left leg to the right thigh. Interlace the fingers behind the right thigh, draw the right leg in. And again, if you can, head down on the mat. And if that left elbow is near the inside of the left thigh, we're gently pressing into the left thigh as you draw the right leg in a little bit closer. If you're struggling to reach behind the thigh to draw it in, you can just do this with your right foot flat and having the left hand gently pressing onto that left thigh on the inside of that left thigh. Pop the right foot down, then the left foot down. We'll reach down with the fingertips, catch back to the heels. We'll do a few rounds of bridge pose. So we haven't got a block, so we're just being mindful that the knees aren't splaying out to the side as we do this. So we're trying to keep the knees hip width apart. Arms by your side, palms facing down. And then as you inhale, lifting the bum up, peel the spine up, press the hips up. Breathing out as you gently come back down. Inhale, peel the spine up, press the hips up. Breathing out, coming down. Inhale, peel the spine up, press the hips up. Breathing out, coming down. Inhale, coming up. Breathing out, coming down. Do one more of those. Inhale, peel the spine up, press the hips up. Breathe out, back down. And finally, we'll come into our lying twist, so we'll slide the left foot away, left leg is long. Reach across with the left hand, guide the right leg to the left, so you're rolling onto your left side, onto the outside of the left leg, and that right hand or forearm is on the ground next to you on your right side. So that's just to make sure we get the most out of the twist we can. Steady breath in this position. Back to center. Bending up your left leg. So we return to legs bent, feet flat before sliding the right foot away. Reach across with the right hand, guide the left leg over to the right side. Steady breath. And back to center, coming to your relaxation. So the legs are either extended long when we're lying flat, or if you have any discomfort in the lower back, we can have the legs bent, feet wide, and the knees can resting towards each other. So coming into your preferred position, arms by your side, palms facing upwards, closing the eyes. Steady breath. Noticing your breathing. Do you notice your heart rate? Can you feel the heart beating in the chest, or have a sense of it from the blood being pumped around the body? Breath gets longer, shallower. And then starting to take some deeper breaths. Moving fingers and toes. And then bending the legs up so the feet are flat again, rolling to one side. Pressing yourself up, we'll come to a seated position. Closing the eyes, hands to prayer position. So thank you all for taking some time to give yourself some yoga at home. Thank you for joining in. Namaste.